Will take over. Joey Harrington will be a quarterback for Detroit, making his 4th NFL start, and he has really excited fans here in Detroit, where they've had some problems with this football team for a while, but he's given them hope, Tim.
Well, the problem that they've had more specifically in the football arena has been the run game, and I think they need to get, if they're going to get to the level they want, they're going to have to develop a run game, but I don't know if today's the day to do it. This Bears defense is good against the run with Urlacher right there in the middle of the thing.
James Stewart in motion. Harrington to throw on first down. Throws it out there looking for Oz Hakeem. Almost picked off by Roosevelt Coleman, who I think was surprised that the football hit him in the hands. Let's check the rest of that Detroit offensive lineup, beginning with the offensive line. There you see Backus, Simple, Raiola, Brown, and McDougal. Skill positions for the Lions today. And this is where Joey Harrington will get some work with Larry Foster and Oz Hakeem at the wideouts. John Owens, the tight end. Stewart and Schlesinger, the backs. 2nd down, 10 now for the Lions. Stewart gets the call from the deep back position, and he's got a hole. Stewart out across the 35 to the 37-yard line. Pickup of 14 on the play. It'll be a first down for Detroit. Mike Brown coming up from his safety position to make the stop.
One thing the Bears wanted to do today was get more pressure upfield. They thought it was going to be a passing game. They wanted to stunt their line. When you stunt your defensive linemen, you open yourself up to the big runs, because if James Stewart can break through that first line of defense, he's not going to have anyone until he gets to the 3rd line, and that means a first down.
Stewart again, the deep back behind Harrington, and again he gets the call, this time coming left. Not much there. Chased down behind the line. Roosevelt Coleman making the
game between himself and Oz. Oz broke off the route, and Harrington threw the slant.
Empty backfield behind Harrington on first down. Here comes the rush, and down he goes. Mike Caldwell coming on the blitz, and Harrington is sacked.
Caldwell comes totally clean on this play, and Greg Blasch told us, he said, look, I want to put more pressure on the quarterback. But Joey Harrington, despite the fact that he has been precocious, watch it, they overload. They put 4 guys here. There's only 3 blockers, so Caldwell comes free. Blasch said, I want to put pressure. Don't forget, Harrington is a rookie. And the best way to befuddle a rookie is if you can put heat on it.
So take a look at Mike Caldwell. Larry Wiggum checks into the game. Bears, their nickel package, 2nd down and 18 for Detroit. They keep it on the ground to Stewart, and again he finds a hole back across midfield up near the original line of scrimmage. Brian Urlacher makes the stop after a gain of 9.
One of the interesting things about talking with Marty Morningwig and about Urlacher was, he said the only way to run at Urlacher is to go straight at him. If you go to the side, if you run for the perimeter, that's where Urlacher is so dangerous, because the thing that makes him a great linebacker, not just one of the best, but a great linebacker, is his speed. It is uncanny.
3rd down, 10 now. Again, 5 defensive backs for the Bears. Harrington to pass. Here it comes. Gets it away. Gets it out to the rookie, John Owens. Owens across the 40, down near the 35. He'll be short of a first down. 5. They come out with 3 receivers. The Lions counter with their nickel package. Chris Chandler, the quarterback. First play from scrimmage, fakes the give to Thomas and throws it out to his tight end, John Davis. Davis with a nice move at midfield out near the first down marker. And as we said, the Chicago Bears today being led by Chris Chandler in his 15th year out of Washington, an NFL record starting for his 7th different team. He broke his own record, which was 6 before today. Pickup of 10 on first down as the Bears move into Lions territory. Two receivers to the left, White and Booker. Thomas the deep back behind Chandler. Thomas gets the call, the A-train through the line of scrimmage, picks up a couple down to the 41. Check the rest of the Bears starting lineup, and we talked about it just a couple of minutes ago. The key for them will be the left side, where Colombo and Gandy are both making their first NFL starts. Skill positions for the Bears. Anthony Thomas will be the key to their running game. Shelton the fullback, White, Booker, and Davis as well.
You know, Dan, the Bears have struggled this season with their run game. The rush average is 31st in the league. But I don't think it's because of Anthony Thomas. If you break down the film, the problem has been defenders getting on Anthony Thomas before he even gets to the line of scrimmage.
2 tight ends for the Bears on first down. Throws it out to Thomas. Thomas met right at the 40-yard line by Todd Light and taken down there. It is 3rd and short. They did not quite get enough for the first down there. give on third down is to Johnson. Johnson through the line of scrimmage inside the 35. It'll be a first down for Chicago. Right now for a game break, let's go back to L.A. and James Brown. JB.
Dan and Tim, take a look at this 12-play, 77-yard drive by the 49ers, ending with that fade pattern by Terrell Owens. High jump. Hey, he'll win that one every time. 49ers on top 7-0, and Tim Green. Nice job with Matt Millen. Back to Dan Miller and Tim Green.
All right, JB, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Always a hard thing to do, to ask difficult questions from your friends and your former work associates.
But you got some honest answers. Matt Millen admitting that he had made a mistake earlier this week. On first down, Chandler back to pass. Looking deep, throwing out there for Des White. White's got it around the 2. And he stays in bounds. It'll be first and goal for Chicago. 29 yards on the play. Todd Lighton coverage for Detroit.
Dan, we said it right from the start. If Chris Chandler has protection, look at this protection. Look at that. That is beautiful. He has time. He has a pocket. He has a throwing lane. And if he has it, he throws one of the best deep balls in the game. Watch Des White. Breaks to the outside, and this ball is laid in there perfectly.
Chandler 3 out of 3 for 40 yards so far. First down and goal right here.
Boy, I think they may challenge that. You know that? Just, Dan, and they got the challenge. There it is. They are going to challenge. You know what? When I saw that replay.
Chandler fakes the give to Thomas. Throwing, looking for White down the right sideline again, and it's out of bounds, incomplete. Todd Lighton coverage for Detroit.
Plays over the last 4 years, and the reason is because he'll sit back in the pocket and look for that deep ball more. But if you're going to sack him, if you're going to make that stat hold true, you've got to get past the Bears offensive line. Lions have not done it yet.
Third down and 20. Chandler's got to run out of the pocket here, being chased. Chandler almost out of bounds, throws it away, incomplete, and that'll bring up fourth. Lions with it now, first and 10 at their own 13-yard line. Harrington on first down with a give to James Stewart. Big hole, cuts it back. Stewart across the 25 to the 27. Pickup of 13 and a first down for Detroit.
Right up the middle, right at Brian Urlacher. Here's Urlacher right here in the middle. There's Schlesinger. He drives him out. And there is a huge hole for James Stewart to run through. I'll tell you what, Dan, right now, if I'm Marty Morningwig, I'm saying I am going to run the football right at these guys until they stop it. That is some awesome blocking up front by the Detroit Lions, and Corey Schlesinger had a huge hit on Urlacher.
James Stewart, 4 carries for 34 yards. This is his 5th, and he's chased down in the backfield.
Yeah, but why go outside, right?
There.
Why go outside? You've had 4 runs in a row and average about 8 yards a carry, 9 yards a carry, and now all of a sudden you go off tackle and they eat you alive. I think just keep running it right up the pipe.
Loss of 10 on the play. Stewart comes off the field. It'll be second down at 20. Lions now with Corey Schlesinger, the only back behind Harrington. 3 receivers in the game. It's Hakeem in motion. Harrington to throw. With time, now chased from behind. Harrington out of the pocket. He's going to have to keep it himself. Picks up a couple across the 22-yard line. The crowd was looking for a late hit there, but no flag comes.
Look at Harrington. He doesn't want the late hit. He's not complaining. That is the sign of a rookie, a rookie verve and zest. Why, boy, you do not want to take too many of these hits from Brian Urlacher. You want to scoot out of bounds a little sooner than this, but Harrington reacts beautifully to it. Watch Harrington. He just gets up. He's like, yeah, I don't care. Come on, let's go. Let's play. That's beautiful.
That's good stuff. The question is, Tim, you're a rookie. You do that. Do you do that after 8 years in the league?
No, he won't do it the next time. You don't do that more than once.
Third down, 14 after Harrington picked up 6 there. Again chased. Harrington gets it away to Avion Kason. Spins to the 25, down at the 29. Nice open field tackle there by Mike Reed.
And Dan, the Lions defenders know Chris Chandler is going to be hucking that ball deep today.
Chris Chandler on first down. Marty Booker in motion behind him to give to Anthony Thomas. Picks up 4 after the 46-yard line. Right now for a game break, let's head out to L.A. JB standing by. What do you got, JB?
All right, Dan, the multi-talented Marshall Faulk helping the Rams here, coming out of the backfield from Mark Bulger. 6-yard scoring strike. Great second effort by Faulk. 7-0 Rams. And then the Saints in the red zone. Second in TD efficiency there. That from Brooks to McAllister. And it is all tied at 7. Back to Dan Miller and Tim Green.
Hey, JB, why is it every time Pam Oliver does an interview with an offense, they come out electrified?
She has that effect on people,
going
you know
today.
that.
The Saints doing a good job early. Second down, it's Chandler with time, throwing it out to Anthony Thomas. Thomas wrapped up, picks up 3, taken down at the 49. It'll bring up third down. Chris Claiborne making the stop for Detroit.
Oh, Dan, we said Marco Colombo, the rookie, was going to be key today. Here he is blocking James Hall. He gets a little bit of help there from his fullback, and then he just goes after Hall. I love the tenacity of this guy, and I think while he gets a little help there with the chip block, I think they're going to stop doing that. I think he can handle it all by himself. He looks really good so far today.
Colombo 6'7", 320, making his first NFL start. Third down, 3 now for the Bears. Chandler back, throws it out. It's got Des White across midfield and has the first down. Pickup of 9 on the play. Todd Light and Barrett Green in coverage for Detroit, but the Bears continue to move the chains.
Again, Chandler with plenty of time, Dan, and coming into this game, they wanted to help Colombo and Gandy making their first NFL start. They wanted to give them some bunch formation, so put a lot of traffic out there. They wanted to chip with the back, and that's what we saw on the last play. They wanted the hard count. We've seen that, right? We saw Chandler with a hard count get a penalty on the Lions. They also want to run to the left. Marco Colombo, his specialty is coming right at you, running the ball, so they want to run behind him and let him mix it up physically.
On first down, the give is to White on the reverse. He's bottled up, nowhere to go, taken down behind midfield. James Hall in pursuit there.
Yeah, that's excellent discipline by James Hall, and it really doesn't surprise me because the Lions were very concerned in this game about the bootleg play and the tight end slipping out and Chris Chandler running the boot. So you see James Hall, look where his eyes go. The play goes away, he's unblocked, his eyes instantly go upfield. He gets upfield, drives the play deep. That's a nice disciplined defensive line play.
Well, as you say, a nice recognition there by James Hall in his 3rd year out of Michigan. Second down, 20 now for the Bears. Chandler, pump fake, gives to Thomas, straight up the middle, again across midfield. Down to the Lions' 48-yard line, pickup of 5. It's going to bring up 3rd and 15.
I'll tell you, this Lions defense a couple of weeks ago had some of the worst tackling I've ever seen in the National Football League. When they played against Miami and when they played against Carolina, mostly against Miami, their tackling was so poor that it was embarrassing. But I got to tell you, man, today they are tackling extremely well. Not only on the run plays, Dan, but on the passing game, when the Chicago Bears receivers are making the catches outside, they're bringing them down right away.
Well, this defense has been challenged in 4 of their 5 games. They've given up at least 31 points. Third down, 14 now for the Bears. Chandler back. Here comes Luther Ellis, and there goes Chandler. A big third down play by Luther Ellis, forcing the middle of that line. 5 for 18.
Well, that average came down from 8 after they tried to run to the outside. The run right here for them has got to be up the middle. Look out.
And right up the middle, and Brian Urlacher's standing right there to meet James Stewart, right at the line of scrimmage.
I can promise you this. These guys got to the sideline and said, hey, they're going to run the ball right at us. Urlacher, you got to skate, you got to get off the block, you got to make a play. Both teams at the top of their divisions.
Dante Culpepper continues to have problems for Minnesota. Second down, 8 now for Chicago. Pitch out to Anthony Thomas, trying the left side, gets the corner out near the 35, driven out of bounds. Couple of injury updates now. Let's go down to the field and Jennifer Hammond. Hammer, what's going on?
All right, thanks, Dan. Well, the Bears will be without tight end John Davis. He went into the locker room. He was reevaluated from an earlier rib injury as well. The Lions may be missing Desmond Howard. He hurt his right hand on the opening kickoff. His return is expected, however.
Shot of Desmond Howard down there on the sidelines for the Lions. We've seen Oz Hakeem back deep on punts since Desmond went out of the game. Third down and 1 now. Anthony Thomas so far 5 carries, 20 yards.
Do you go for the deep ball here or do the safe thing?
You go with the veteran quarterback's arm right there. They get the first down. Gets it out to Marcus Robinson.
They didn't do either. They didn't go for the deep ball, and they didn't do the safe thing either.
But you know, the interesting thing is what you can do when you have a veteran quarterback like Chris Chandler. You can do a lot of different things.
And Chandler said, you know, that Marcus Robinson, don't forget, this was one of the superstars of the league, and he thought he was getting his confidence back. And there's Chandler taking a shot from Robert Forche.
And they would love to see Marcus Robinson step up, especially with David Terrell out for the next 4 to 6 weeks as well.
I think the thing for Marcus Robinson isn't so much physically coming back from the injury, but mentally coming back from that injury, putting it behind him, and just playing football.
That catch gave the Bears a first down, and on first down, it's Anthony Thomas bursting through the line. Ball is loose down in the field. It looks like Chicago will keep it. Chris Cash made the initial contact. Chicago's going to have it right at midfield. The A-Train so far, 9 yards on that carry, 6 for 30 on the game.
Well, Dan, remember earlier I said the problem with the Bears' run game hasn't been so much Anthony Thomas, but Thomas getting some blocking. He gets just a bit of a seam here, and he turns it into a pretty big play. Almost turns it into a big play for the Lions, and his own guy strips him. Marty Booker. You know, Booker told us yesterday he wants to be the complete player, the complete wide receiver. So complete, he's playing a little defense.
Second down and 1 now for Chicago. Chandler fakes the give to Thomas, throws it out to Shelton. Shelton does get the first down, not much more than that. Todd Light and Chris Claiborne in pursuit for Detroit. Damian Shelton, one of those guys that will do all the little things for this Bears defense.
Well, what we're seeing now is Chandler throwing that short passing game. That's kind of the Jim Miller aspect of this offense. You know what I'm saying? Third and short, they go out to Marcus Robertson. Another short, second and short, they throw it to Shelton. So, but you got to know Chandler's going to come back one of these times with a deep pass.
Thomas, big hole across the 40, down near the first down marker. Todd Light makes the stop, but not before Thomas picks up 10. And suddenly Chicago's finding some holes in that Detroit defense.
Yeah, they're making the holes up front. And Anthony Thomas, as I said, if he gets to the line of scrimmage, I like Anthony Thomas. I like him as a runner. Look at the vision there. He sees that cutback, and he senses it, and then he has the physical skills to attack it and get upfield.
Thomas, 7 carries, 41 yards, 28 of them on this drive.
Now you're running the ball. Now you can go to the play action, give your quarterback some time, and go. I keep saying it, go deep.
Well, first down and 10, that's Booker in motion. They give it to Thomas. This time he's stacked up, picks up 1, driven down at the 35 by Robert Forche.
Anthony Thomas, a really interesting guy, and a guy who's, you know, you talk about a mama's boy. I mean, he doesn't care. He admits, he said, you know, I am a mama's boy. In fact, his mom, I talked to him a couple weeks ago, his mom lives with him and his wife. His mom has the first floor of his house. He and his wife live on the second floor, and he said it works out great. His wife loves his mom loves his wife. And I said, who does the cooking? He said, my mom.
Mom's there to cook. Anthony Thomas still very popular in these parts. Great running back at Michigan.
He's back on his game today, Dan.
Second down and 9 for Chicago. This time Chandler's going to throw it. Gets it out there looking for Booker. It looked like Booker may have lost that football before it came to the line, trailing by a score of 3-0. 9:05 to go here, second quarter. Joey Harrington back throwing. He's got his man, Hakeem, who spins at the 30, goes down at the 31. Pickup of 11 on the play. It'll be a first down for Detroit.
If nothing else, James Stewart's early success running the ball has put Chicago in a position where they're playing 8 in the box. That means you've got single coverage out here, and that means the slant pass right there to Hakeem is open, wide open.
Hakeem open on that play and getting the job done. Lions now first and 10 from their own 31. Harrington with Avion Kason behind him, fakes the give to him. Now it's Kason out of the backfield, catching it around midfield, down inside the 40, inside the 35. A big gain for Detroit before Mike Caldwell drives him out, 35 yards on the play.
It's a little play action pass. They actually fake the run to Kason, and then he sneaks out in the pass pattern. Watch this here. So it's the fake OT, the counter play, and then Kason just keeps going. It is a nice diversionary offensive play. And really, you know, when you think about Marty Morningwig, that's really what he's about. That's why Matt Millen brought him here. That's what he did as an offensive coordinator for the 49ers.
Lions in business right now. Stewart trying to get outside, turns the corner, not much there. Knocked out right near the line of scrimmage right now. For a game break, let's head to Los Angeles and James Brown. JP.
Hey, Dan and Tim, it's an excited New York Jets squad taking on a lethargic Viking squad. Pennington hooking up 7 yards to Lavernius Cole, and it's 10-0 Jets over the Vikings late in the second. Dan Miller and Tim Green.
Really a battle there, Tim, of two teams that have had a lot of problems this year.
A lot of problems, and Minnesota's biggest problem, Dan, has been their defense. I mean, they are just struggling defensively.
James Stewart with a carry inside the 30. Roosevelt Coleman stops him there. It'll bring up third down for Detroit.
You know, last week the Lions went out to Minnesota and they lost to the Minnesota Vikings, and really Harrington played pretty well right up until the last play where he throws an interception to Corey Chavis in the end zone. It was interesting talking to him, and he said, I'll never do that again. I made a read that in college that would have been a touchdown every time, but in the NFL the positioning of that defensive back was such that I know I can't do that in this league.
Third down and 6 for the Lions. Nickel package in for the Bears. Flag is down. Harrington gets it complete to Hakeem down around the 13-yard line. Good enough for a first.
The Giants-Angels World Series on Fox. I mean, Barry Bonds comes out last night, blasts a homer at his first at-bat.
On first down from their own 3, Dustin Lyman makes the catch across the 5. Todd Light stops him there. Bears get a little breathing room.
Look at this. Postseason for Barry Bonds. 11 games, 5 homers, 11 RBIs. Previously, 5 seasons postgame, 27 games. Look at that. 1 HR, 6 RBIs. A lot of people thinking, hey, does Barry Bonds have it in the postseason? You know, we know he's got the home run record. Can he win the big one, though? Boy, he has been spectacular. If nothing else, you got to tune in to see Barry Bonds go at it.
Game 2 coming up tonight. Tune in early because Barry Bonds got it done his first at bat the other day. Fumble down there on the field. The Lions say they have it. And in fact, they do. So it's going to be first and goal for Detroit. A big play for that defense. And keep in mind, their defense had scored touchdowns in 2 consecutive games coming into this one.
You know who made the big play? Luther Ellis.
The defense recovered the fumble. He is down by contact.
If you win, everything is good. That takes care of everything.
Lions trying to take care of the football right now. First and goal from the 6. Stewart with the hole into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
I will prove you wrong. And you know what? When you win in the NFL, all of a sudden everyone's a brother, everyone forgives and forgets, and you move on.
Chandler on first down, under pressure, down he goes. The Lions with a blitz. Dante Curry was back there. Corey Harris was back there. And Chris Chandler goes down. 2nd sack of the game for the Lions.
Well, remember we said earlier, Chris Chandler in the last 4 years has been sacked 1 out of every 7 pass plays. So they go with the bootleg pass, and look at the discipline by Dante Curry. He's looking for that bootleg pass. Remember we saw James Hall earlier, and he ran down the reverse. The Detroit defenders are looking for those bootleg plays, so they're going to play disciplined ball and be waiting for that play.
Loss of 9, 2nd down 19 now for Chicago. Again, Chandler to pass. Under pressure again, throws it out. It's going to be picked off by Eric Davis. Davis at the 20, at the 15, cuts back. What? Now he loses the football. Davis falls down, and he's going to keep it right there.
They own the momentum going into the locker room at halftime.
4th and goal. Let's see what happens. 2 backs behind Harrington. They give it to Stewart. Barrels in. Touchdown, Detroit. See the timeout situation. Chicago with all 3 left. Chandler looking deep down the middle of the field. This time again gets it to Baxter. Catches it at midfield. So a first down for Chicago and a pickup of 23. Brian Walker and Corey Harris making the stop for Detroit.
So far, the Lions secondary have won that battle hands down.
Todd Light, a good job right there. This time Chandler gets it out to Des White. White makes the catch inside the 30 down to the 26. Corey Harris makes the stop there for Detroit, but not before the Bears can pick up 24 yards on a first down.
Well, Baxter ran an underneath route, and Corey Harris got distracted with that, and he was supposed to be over the top of Des White. But Harris, who was all over the field last week against the Vikings, got mixed up on that play right there.
So with 18 seconds to go, Chris Chandler has the Bears in business.
This is where you want to shoot for the end zone now.
Thomas is the back behind Chandler. Stops, looks, has Lyman near the 20-yard line, taken down at the 19. The Lions keep mid-bounds, and Chicago will have to use another timeout.
Penalty should have been on him.
Lions in their dime package, 6 defensive backs in. Chandler to throw, pocket holds, looks, throws, wants Booker in the end zone, got it, touchdown. First catch of the game for Marty Booker, and it is a big one.
Chris Chandler takes it to the bank. Marty Booker was bracketed by 2 Lions defenders. And John Shoup told us last night, he said, you know, I like the challenge of figuring out how to get it into Booker's hands, even when they put 2 guys on him.
Miller, the regular Bears quarterback, out with tendonitis in his right elbow. And the give is to Anthony Thomas, met right at the line of scrimmage, falls forward, picks up a couple. It'll bring up second down.
Well, Dan, right before the half, Chandler was not pressured, but before that, he was. And that's one thing the Lions have done well all day long. They have been on top of Chandler. They've been knocking him around. They've been in his face. And I think on that play, that last play we saw, that was the interception. I think they even caused it. So sacked twice, hit 5 times, hurried twice, 1 interception, all that in the first half, but none of that on that last 2-minute drive.
4 receivers in this time for Chandler, 6 defensive backs for the Lions on second down and 7. Chandler throws, gets it out there, picked off almost. It was in and out of the hands of Andre Goodman.
I'll tell you, the guy that got him, the guy that got Chandler that forced that pass was Luther Ellis again. He may have gotten a flag, though.
And work out. Right now, the Bears trying to work out a third down and 9. Chandler straight drop in the pocket, throws, gets it out there, complete to Baxter. Baxter in Lions territory. But as you said, you need to get clean to the line and get a chance to get going. This time Chandler fakes the give to Thomas. Looking for Des White's got him at the 10. White driven out of bounds at the 3, and the Bears are going to have it first and goal. 38 yards on the play. Brian Walker beaten in coverage.
Well, I like the Lions thinking. They come with the blitz. Watch, here comes the corner blitz. It's Chris Cash. He comes off the corner, and that means that Bryce Walker has got Des White downfield. He's locked up. He's isolated. Look, here comes that blitz. You know, I tell you, I think the thing that the problem here is they hesitated a little bit on that blitz. If you're going to isolate a guy downfield, you have got to get immediate heat on the quarterback.
Bears looking for the go-ahead score if they can get it in the end zone. First down and goal. Give it to the up back. Did he get in? Just short. That'll bring up second down and goal. Stanley Pritchett on the carry. Bryce Walker coming up to make the stop for Detroit. But the Bears are now just inches away.
Well, you know, I like that play. A little misdirection play. They send the fullback one way. They send Anthony Thomas, the running back, the other. And Chandler hands it off to the fullback instead of the running back.
Now it's Shelton in front of Thomas on second and goal. Chandler the give to Thomas, straight ahead, barrels his way in, touchdown Bears. Just power on power in the middle of that line, and the A-Train wins the battle. So Chicago, for the comes back, led 3-0 earlier in this game, but trailed 14-3 at one point. Now the Bears have reclaimed the lead.
Well, I think you said it. It's the power of Anthony Thomas, because he hits the line, and there are Detroit defenders there. So we saw one on the touchdown before where he buried a guy, and then on that one he gave Stewart the corner.
First down and 10 for Harrington. In trouble in the backfield. Ball comes loose. That's a fumble. The Bears are going to pick it up, and they'll have first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Brian Robinson doing a nice job to come in there and apply the pressure to Joey Harrington.
Bears
so turnovers the story in the first half by Chicago, and now a big one by Detroit.
Oh, hey, I've said it for 2 years now. Last year I said Michael Vick is the most physically talented quarterback ever to play in the NFL.
Well, James Stewart doing a pretty good Michael Vick imitation right there. Out over the 40 to the 46-yard line. 24 yards and a first down for Detroit. And Mike Brown makes the stop.
I got to tell you, Corey Schlesinger has to get the assist on this huge run, because he takes out one of the best in the game. Watch Schlesinger's block on Urlacher. Watch him right here. Boom! He just takes him out of the play, enough for James Stewart to spring this baby. And again, they are running the ball right at the talented Urlacher.
First and 10 for the Lions from their own 46. Again, Stewart gets the call this time. A little bit of a hole in the middle. Gets across midfield. Down to the 49. Pick up a 5.
Same play. They're just running the lead right at Bryant. And Schlesinger is just hammering away. You see the fist-to-fist thing there with Stewart and Schlesinger? I mean, Schlesinger is a horse now. I mean, look at his arms. I mean, he's a strong guy. And, you know, he's playing with a broken bone in his neck. Right? Remember that? I mean, they didn't even know if he would play. I don't know the name of the term of it, but he's got, you know, I think it's like...
It's a broken bone you can play with.
Right, it's a broken bone you can play with. Nonetheless, that thing's got to be hurting, and he's taking on Urlacher.
Stewart gets the call again, and again straight up the middle, and the Lions are just having their way with the Bears defense. Apples trying not to do the same thing here today. They've already fallen behind after leading 14-3. This time it's Avion Kason who finds some room. So it doesn't seem to matter which back the Lions have in right now. Their running game is in high gear. Mike Caldwell finally making the stop for Chicago.
And Bears defense has got to do a gut check right now, because this is an unusual thing for them. One thing they've been able to do this season is stop the run. They lost Ted Washington early, and they felt like that was going to be a big loss for them, and it was. But Keith Traylor picked it up. Alfonso Boone had played pretty well. You've got Urlacher right there in the middle. Well, right now, the Lions are just pushing it right down their throat.
Pickup of 8 on first down, second down and 2 for Detroit. It's Larry Foster in motion. Stewart gets the call, falls ahead, first down, inside the 25 to the 24. So this has been nothing but the Lions' power running game, which really hasn't been evident so far this season until now. 19 carries, 116 yards for James Stewart. You see the current drive, 7 plays, 54 yards.
And Corey Schlesinger is just going after it. He is just going after Brian Urlacher. And they are pounding it. It's just, you know, the thing you do is not only do you move the ball and score points, you wear a defense down, and you wear down the morale too.
First and 10, Stewart again getting the call, and again through the line of scrimmage. Inside the 20 to the 19, pickup of 5. It'll be second, and it's going to be second down and 11 now. Stewart back in the game. He gets the call here. Another hole up the middle. Stewart inside the 25 down to the 23. It's going to bring up third down. Routinely here, the Lions running backs are getting into that secondary. But after the penalty now, the Lions need a big chunk of yardage here. It's going to be third down at about 18.
And this is where the Lions have struggled all day today, has been on third down. They're only 2 for 8 in third down conversions. And this is a big one. Third and 18 is a lot of ground to make up.
Foster to the left, Hakeem to the right, back split behind Harrington. Looking out there, throws, got his man inside the 10. It's Avion Kason. Kason down very close to a first down. He's going to be just short. Mike Green with a stop for Chicago. It'll bring up fourth down for Detroit. So Merritt should have a chance to give the Bears good field position here. once again. Hansen sends it on its way. Merritt's going to take it at about the 5. Merritt back to the 10, the 15, cuts left at the 20, and he's got an opening around the corner. Merritt at the 35, the 40, chased from behind, just Hansen to beat, and down he goes. Jason Hansen did a good enough job of slowing him down to prevent a touchdown, but Ahmad Merritt with a huge return for the Chicago Bears, 63 yards.
I would have taken 3 pounds per square foot. I got 0 pounds per square foot a lot of games I played.
You got cement. Chandler on first down gives it to Anthony Thomas. Thomas with a hole. Ball comes loose. It's down on the ground. There's a scramble for it. Thomas has already fumbled once today. The Lions say they have it. Detroit, 14:56 to go fourth quarter. Ray Brown walked off the field. Lions now with it. Joey Harrington on third down, throwing it out, got it complete. Jermaine Crowell with his first catch of the season, and it's a big one. Todd McMillan makes the stop, but not before Detroit is able to move the chain.
Third down where they've struggled. Look, this is the play before, and you're going to see the ball is thrown behind Larry Foster, low and behind him. That enables McMillan to make the play. Now this last play here, a third down play, which is even more clutch, and Harrington delivers the perfect pass.
Jermaine Crowell had surgery on both knees during the offseason. This is his first game that he was eligible to come back after being on the physically unable to perform list. First down now. Harrington gives it to Stewart. No hole that time. Stopped at the line of scrimmage by Brian Urlacher.
Yeah, that time Urlacher just absolutely pounded him at the line. But as far as the first half and the second half, James Stewart has had a huge day. Look at that. First half, 3.5 a carry. Second half here, 9.2, 129 yards today. And Dan, you alluded to it earlier. We talked about it. Stewart running as well and as hard as I've seen him.
James Stewart certainly has been the guy and will be the guy that if the Lions are going to have a running game, it's going to have to come on the wings of James Stewart. But he's had help today. A lot of holes out there. Gets the call here. This time tries the left side with Schlesinger in front of him. Stewart across the 40, across the 45, taken down there. Jerry Azuma and Mike Green making the stop, but not before a 13-yard game and another first down for Detroit.
Boy, Ray Brown just makes an unbelievable block. Ray Brown blocks out 2 guys on this play. Watch Brown. He's going to pull out. And watch what he does on the corner here. He gets Phillip Daniels out, and he takes out the linebacker as well. And so now it's just, boy, it's just open season for Ray Stewart. Look at Schlesinger. He says, oh, Ray Brown got 2. Now I could just hunt someone else down.
First and 10 from the 44 now for the Lions. Harrington to pass on first down. Throws it out looking for Foster. Incomplete. The pressure was coming that time.
Yeah, too much heat on Joey Harrington. And, that's the thing that Harrington has done so well. And we talked about Chris Chandler being a guy that hangs onto the ball and looks for the deep ball and gets a sack. Probably the most impressive thing about Harrington, or one of the most, is he gets rid of the ball quickly. He makes those quick decisions, and offensive linemen love that because he doesn't take a lot of sacks.
Well, the one thing the Bears told us when we met with them is we're going to try to put pressure on him and make him make mistakes, but if we find out he can handle it, we got to go a different direction. And the Bears will be trying to bring the pressure right here on second down and 10. Harrington and the Lions down by 3. Again, it's Stewart with a call. Not much. Gets maybe a yard. It'll bring up third down and 9. Mike Caldwell coming up to make the stop that time.
Well, James Stewart has had success all over the field today, but most of his success has come right up the middle. I mean, look at that. Who would think that? Right there, 80 yards, 14 carries, 80 yards, and a touchdown. Right at Keith Traylor and Brian Urlacher, who are, and Mike Brown is the third level, so that's the strength of the Bears defense. Right up the center, you got Traylor on the first level, Urlacher on the second, Mike Brown on the third. They're best players, and that's where Stewart's picked up 80 yards.
Stewart off the field this time. Corey Schlesinger, the lone back on third down and 9. Harrington with time, throws it out, looking for Scotty Anderson, overthrows him, and that'll bring up fourth down. Sellout crowd making noise. Anthony Thomas gets the call, finds a hole, big run, gives him some breathing room out near the 9-yard line. Don't forget, coming up next in the second half of our doubleheader, Stephen Davis and the Redskins trying to get past Brett Favre, and the Packers or the Buccaneers will battle the Eagles, but the Cowboys will take on the Cardinals. Tim, we got a full day of NFL action right here on Fox.
Well, I can't wait to see Redskins Packers. I mean, Brett Favre is just having a spectacular season. for the Redskins. They lost last week to New Orleans, and Patrick Ramsey, their rookie quarterback, the heat is going to be on him because the only way to beat the Packers is score a lot of points, because you know Brett Favre is going to light up the scoreboard.
Second down. Again, it's Thomas with the carry. Tries the left side this time, moving the pile, getting a first down, and the Bears have gotten themselves out of some trouble. First down and 10 now for the Lions. They've got the football back, but they trail by 3. Chicago looking to its defense for a big stop. Joey Harrington on first down throws, has Stewart at the 30, cuts it up to the 35, and out of bounds at the 38. It'll bring up second down. We would like to welcome the men and women in uniform serving around the world and watching Fox NFL Sunday. We hope you'll join us all season long on the American Forces Network. Our thoughts are with you, and so are our prayers.
Yeah, and our thanks, too. Welcome you, and we thank you for what you're doing so that all of us can be back here and live in this, not to get sentimental, but this is the greatest country ever.
Very, very good words, and well spoken and true. Second down and 2 now. Harrington this time, the give is to Stewart. Tries the middle of the line. Can't find a hole there. It'll bring up third down. Just mark that down as a win for the Chicago Bears front.
Yeah, and the guy right in the middle of it is Grant. And it was interesting talking with Greg Blash yesterday. He said, I'm going to put Grant in there, Ernest Grant. And I said, well, what's the best thing about him? He said, he's real big. I said, well, is he quick? He said, he's real big. And that 312, I think that's a bunch of nonsense. There's no way that guy's 312. He was 312 in the 8th grade.
High school graduation, yeah. Third down and 1 now. Big play for the Lions and a critical play for the Bears defense. Harrington rolling out, looking for help. Throws it out there for Larry Foster. Incomplete. Brian Urlacher really coming applying the pressure.
Did you see what Harrington did, though? Nothing could be more insulting to Brian Urlacher than he stones Harrington, and Harrington gets up and slaps Urlacher on the back like, yeah, good shot, man. Urlacher is going to just nail him. And then Harrington gets up and he's like, yeah, hey, good shot. So White, starting off to a pretty big day today.
Marty Booker, the lone receiver in the game, split out to the left. Shelton in motion. Fake the give. Now they throw it to Shelton at the 15. Gets to the 20. Met there. He'll come up just short of a first down. It'll be third down for the Bears.
Well, this is Bears football. I mean, that's where they want to be. Take 3 plays. Hang on to the ball. They've got a 3-point lead. It's got a lot of passing to it, this offense, a lot of the short underneath passes, but if John Shoup, the offensive coordinator, can work down the field, there he is there, playing it the old-fashioned way, run, short pass, underneath pass, run on third and short, he'll do it.
Third down and 1 for the Bears. Deep back as Thomas gets the call, met right at the line, but spins forward and gets the first down. Nice individual effort there by Anthony Thomas.
Well, we've seen Anthony Thomas make some really strong runs today. One of them certainly down on the goal line where he ran into the end zone, ran through 3 Detroit Lions defenders.
Certainly hasn't had the holes to work with that James Stewart has on the other side.
I agree.
Thomas getting just enough to move the chains, and the clock certainly working in the Bears' favor at this point, leading by 3 with 5 minutes and 15 seconds to go.
I'm still looking for Chandler in that deep ball.
The pitch this time to Thomas, trying the left side. But Thomas with lots of room out there, picks up 8, maybe 9. It'll bring up second down and short. James Hall peeling off from his defensive end position to make the stop.
Another nice strong run by Anthony Thomas.
Don't forget, coming up tonight, game 2 of the World Series, Giants and Angels. We talked about Barry Bonds' home run. Don't forget there is a football tie-in here. JT Snow with a home run last night that resulted in the winning runs for the Giants. JT Snow's father, Jack, longtime receiver for the Rams and a fine receiver in the NFL.
And JT Snow also had a huge defensive play where he caught a foul pop-up last night. Slipped, fell, hung onto the ball. His dad caught 340 passes in the NFL.
Every little thing counts when you get to this point. Second down and short. Again, the give is to Thomas. James Hall again making the stop. Going to be very close. Looks like he might be just. Keep your eyes on number 59. Harrington with 4 receivers in the game. Pocket holds, throws it out there to Crowell. Crowell across the 30, dives ahead, close to a first down. Looks like he's got it at the 34. Jerry Azuma and Larry Wiggum make the tackle after a 12-yard.
Avion Cason is #1 receiver with only 3 catches.
First down and 34. First down and 10 from the 34. Gets it to a wide receiver right there, Scotty Anderson, across midfield. Did he hang on to the football? Yeah, that's the question down there.
Looked like he had it and then had his feet down and then it got popped loose. But
that's what they're talking about down on the field.
Remember,
whether or not the big break right there as you take another look at it. Anderson spinning before the ball was knocked away by Austin. And the bottom line here is the Lions are going to have it. First down and 10.
Well, think about the other
49.
Think about the other 2 challenges that the Lions won. They won one that put the Bears down on the 2-yard line, where they said Des White did not catch the ball after it was a rule to catch on the field, and then the Larry Foster fumble on the kickoff that was
set up the screen here to Stewart. Stewart with a lot of room down near the 31-yard line, taken down there, and now the Lions are definitely in field goal range for Jason Hanson. 21 yards on the play.
No timeouts for the Detroit Lions. You see that there. Good job on the Fox box.
1:30 to go. Harrington on first down throws. Got a man. It's Anderson at the 15. Down there. That'll be another first down for Detroit.
What did Oz call him? He calls him striker. So why do you call Joe Harrington striker? He said the man throws a strike. That was a strike.
See Jason Hanson on the sidelines if needed. The Lions would love to forget about that and score a touchdown.
They don't want to score too quick. Remember what Chandler did in the last 2-minute drill.
Anderson takes the catch and runs out of bounds. That'll stop the clock with a minute to go. And the Lions have it on the 12. Just to talk about how we've gotten to this point. Halftime, Detroit led 14-10. Chicago came back to take the lead. They have kept it. Detroit trying to take it back here. Turnovers, this has been key.
Yeah, Chicago took these 3, Detroit took those 3 turnovers, turned them into 14 points. Detroit with 1 turnover, Harrington's fumble. Chicago able to get a field goal out of it. Anthony Thomas, big day today, but this is going to kill him, those 2 fumbles, if in fact the Lions are able to come back and win.
Well, they're knocking on the door here. Second down and 7 from the 12. Harrington, straight drop, pocket holds, looking for somebody, gets it out to John Owens. Owens at the 5, struggling forward, dives for the 2. John Owens gets the first down for Detroit. It'll be first and goal as the clock continues to move with 45 seconds to play.
What a fantastic effort by John Owens. We've seen him make beautiful blocks all day long.
Harrington hustles the Lions to the line, tries the sneak, moves straight ahead. 31 seconds to play. Did he get in?
He's doggone close.
Still going. The referee has blown his whistle. The clock continues to tick. If the Bears could come up with a block here, this game would be over.
They blocked 2 in the last 2 games.
Hanson going for the tie. John Jett with a hold. Bradford batted the snap. Spot down. Kick is up. And it's good. And we are tied at 20 apiece. And there are still 2 seconds on the clock.